There are strong indications that the aviation situation in India may need world attention for the safety of global citizens who transit with aircraft within the India Aviation Authority, as multiple reports indicated that some of the aircraft regulated by India authorities are probably more or less like a flying coffin, always waiting to take passengers and crew members early to their makers. As it may be interesting to know that since the plane crashed in Ahmedabad on Thursday last week, there have been series of cancellations and returned flights managed by India Airlines due to technical problems, with an helicopter carrying pilgrims from Kedarnath to Gupkashi crashing on Sunday near Gorakund in the state of Uttarakhand, killing all 7 people on board in India. This, according to residents in India, is the 5th helicopter crash in the country since May 8, 2025, when helicopter crashed near Gangani, killing 6 persons and injuring 1. On May 12, 2024, not less than 100 persons, mostly civilians, have been confirmed dead less than 48 hours since, on Friday early morning night, Israel and Iran began new massive waves of offensive military campaigns that have forced commercial airplanes to avoid the troubled Middle East airspace as the two countries fly missiles of mass destruction in the air corridors, with local media confirming Iran ballistic missile killed 10 persons and injured more than 20 others at a single building struck at Bat Yam city in Israel, as the angry Iranian soldiers launched a massive all-night continuous air bombardments campaign against the state of Israel that earlier on Friday began the new offensive military campaign when it flew fighter jets to strike Iranian military homes, nuclear weapon facilities, killing Iran nuclear weapon scientists, military leaders including Iranian Chief of Staff and Commander of the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps. Ongoing military campaigns between Israel and Iran on Monday did not spare journalists, as the Islamic Republic of Iran Broadcasting IRIB building in Tehran was hit by Israeli missile, with the Israel Defense Forces IDF saying that the media was one of the Israeli military targets to block the military communications of Iran armed forces, which the Iran armed forces immediately retaliated with ballistic missiles fired into Israel, and IDF in a statement issued late hours on Monday confirmed that millions of Israeli residents are currently running into bomb shelters, with air raid sirens sounding across several places in Israel. A video currently trending on social media showed the TV host, Sahar Amami, fleeing the studio when the station was hit by a missile during a live broadcast, although there are reports from Iran that the state media resumed normal operations minutes after the attack, but there are unconfirmed reports that some day after Russia government led by President Vladimir Putin released over 1,212 bodies said to be dead Ukrainian soldiers. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, in a written and video press release on Thursday, said that Ukraine has recorded over 1 million casualties of Russia soldiers, both dead and wounded inclusive. There were reports that Ukraine initially refused to receive the bodies of the fallen heroes, which thus left the drivers and the refrigerator trucks with the frozen bodies of the said Ukrainian soldiers to be stranded at the exchange site, spending about 4 days waiting for the Ukrainian representatives to receive the body bags. RT News Media reported that Ukraine finally accepts the fallen soldiers' bodies from Russia, quoting Russia's top peace negotiator, Vladimir Medinsky, as saying that Kiev has received 1,212 bodies so far. Russia receives 27 of its dead soldiers in return. According to Vishwash Kumar Ramesh, the only survivor in the Air India Boeing Flight 171 that crashed into hospital hostel on Thursday afternoon at Ahmedabad, says he quickly removes his seatbelt and runs out of the plane after the aircraft crash landed less than 59 seconds after takeoff on the ground floor of the medical students' hostel, with a lock on his side, that the door of the plane got broken and opened immediately after the plane crash landed, and no wall of the building was blocking his way, unlike many others who could have escaped, but they were prevented or blocked by the wall of the hostel building that denied them the opportunity to be able to run out of the plane. And Air India, in a press statement, said the Boeing 171 is 12 years old, and the managing director and chief executive officer of Air India, Campbell Wilson, in a video press release, said that only one person out of the 242 passengers and crew members on board the plane survived. California Governor Gavin Newsom has described the action of the United States U.S. President Donald Trump deploying National Guard troops to the city of Los Angeles as a way of putting the lives of the troops and people of the U.S. city at risk. The Homeland Security Service stated that its men have arrested an illegal immigrant from Mexico, Emiliano Gardano Galvez, over attempted murder for allegedly throwing a Molotov cocktail at Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, ICE law enforcement agents during the Los Angeles riots, which has led to high level of looting and vandalization of shops. And in response to the alarming rate of mass stealing, the mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass, on Tuesday evening declared 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew to commence today in certain parts of the Los Angeles city. Los Angeles Police Department Central Division, in a statement after the curfew was declared yesterday, said, "Multiple groups continue to congregate. Thousands of residents in Northern Ireland of Ballymena almost throughout on Tuesday night continued a mass protest against foreigners or immigrants over alleged sexual assault on a female minor by suspected Romanians, leading to a more chaotic situation on Tuesday around Clonavon Terrace area and Bridge Road, with protesters seen engaging police officers with petrol bombs, heavy masonry, bricks and fireworks, with police authority, the Police Service of Northern Ireland, PSNI, confirming that the violent civil unrest was brought under control around 1 a.m. on Wednesday morning night, adding that 17 police officers sustained serious injuries and the police service senior officer, Chief Constable John Butcher, described the protest as a racial behavior. It was gathered that some shops and homes of foreigners were set ablaze by the protesters who staged the anti-immigrant protests across several streets in Ballymena, forcing many foreigners to flee the city. Policemen in Edo State of Nigeria have arrested 7 persons suspected to be members of a secret cult group while the suspects were in the act trying to kill a commercial motorcycle driver, also known as a Okada rider, at Sapele Road Axis in Benin City. According to the Edo State Police Command spokesperson, Moses Yamu, policemen at the Love World Police Division quickly went after the suspected killers while they were dehumanizing the Okada rider. In a statement issued on Tuesday, the police command said that, on the 8th of June 2025, acting on a distress call that some suspected cultists were sighted dehumanizing an Okada rider at Peanut Junction along Sapele Road. Operatives of the Love World Division immediately responded and arrested 7 suspects, namely, Eric Charles, 25 years, Gift Neris, 24 years, Odion Asaro, 19 years, Festus Osai, 26 years.
Osasua Connedo, bringing you the news in a more digital way.